Most people know somebody who's suffered from cancer, perhaps a friend or a family member. But what if you're the person diagnosed with the disease? How do you find a way to cope when going through what can be such a harrowing experience? This is where a Charvil-based charity called My Cancer, My Choices steps in. Its aim is to give people living with cancer the chance to have complementary therapies of their choice in a calm and caring environment. You'll hear what the therapies are and why they are so beneficial in just a moment. My Cancer, My Choices is run by volunteers and funded by money raised through donations. Last week it was recognised for its amazing work when it won the King's Award for Voluntary Services. Think of this as the MBE for charities. I visited their headquarters and started by speaking to Mandy Barter, who founded the charity along with Liz Lee.
In 2009, I had my own cancer diagnosis. I had conventional treatment. At the time, I was studying acupuncture, so I had access to all the acupuncture, reflexology. I knew where to go. I knew how to access complementary therapies, and I knew that it really helped with my well-being as I was going through treatment. So, following that, I thought it's going to be really beneficial for people with cancer to access these therapies, but they are expensive individually, and also people really don't know where to go. So that was where the concept was made, really, to support people going through cancer, giving them complementary therapies.
And what kind of treatments are you providing?
So we provide acupuncture, reflexology, scar tissue massage, oncology massage, aromatherapy massage, mindfulness courses, yoga, art therapy. So all of these treatments are available. We say the first two are free of charge, and if you're able to make a donation after that. But the most important thing is that people can access them, and it's then affordable and accessible to people.
That was co-founder Mandy Barter. Claire Grove is one of the many cancer sufferers who've used the charity's services. Here's her story.
So I was quite surprised to learn that I had cancer. I had a symptom which I thought was easily explained away. So when I was told I had cancer, it was a huge shock. And then I quickly sort of got subsumed into the wonderful, medical services of different appointments and different tests and things like that. And when I learnt about My Cancer, My Choices, I hadn't ever had any complementary therapy. I was quite curious to know what that was involved, but I was really looking for something that would allow me just to have a little bit of a break from all of the medical stuff and just sort of focus on myself a little.
Yeah, and what treatment did you have?
In terms of the complementary therapy?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So the complementary therapies I had included things like mindfulness. I did a 10-week course with a load of other wonderful people who were also benefiting from that. I had aromatherapy massage, which was just wonderful. It was just incredible. And I also had aromatherapy to help with some of the side effects that I was getting from my chemo.
And what were your feelings when it was suggested that you had complementary therapy alongside your cancer treatment?
I was curious more than anything because as I said, I'd never had any complementary therapy before. I didn't really know what was involved in it. I think my very first treatment was the aromatherapy massage, and I've had massage before, but not with the oils necessarily. And I just thought, well, it's going to be half an hour, however long, of just being able to relax and not think about anything else. And just the benefits of that, just to give myself a little bit of a break, was wonderful.
And what would you say to anyone else considering using the services of My Cancer, My Choices?
Oh, don't even hesitate. If you're thinking about using the services and you've got an opportunity to, just try it, because there's so much on offer. I think as a patient, you're often on a conveyor belt and you're told to go here, there and everywhere, and you're very grateful for all of that. But for something that creates a pause for patients to allow you to feel like yourself, just for a bit and not a patient, it's just liberating, and I'd really recommend it.
Finally then, what's your situation now regarding cancer?
So I'm cancer-free, I'm happy and healthy. It feels like it's a distant memory, and I think that's because things like the mindfulness has really helped me. So it's not just what's helped me in the moment and helped me relax in the moment, but what that's allowed me to carry forward. So yeah, all good and all healthy.
That was Claire Grove. So let's hear from a volunteer therapist. Anne Thomas uses her skills of oncology massage and reflexology on the patients.
For me, when I work, I generally want the client to relax, because when clients relax, there's a cascade of kind of physiological things that happen, and it helps them to cope with the effects of their cancer treatment. So I can't impact the cancer or the treatment, but what I can do is put them in a position where they're better placed to cope with the effects that they're having.
And what kind of responses do you get from the patients? I don't necessarily mean the actual kind of physical responses, if you like, but the emotional responses, the thing they say to you.
Emotionally, it can be like opening a floodgate. So sometimes I have people who just cry, they don't know why they're crying, and it's like somebody's turned a tap on in their eyes, and it's a release. I've had people say, I don't know what you've just done, but I feel amazing. I've had one lady who said, I think you just saved my life. I mean, it just ranges so much. I didn't know massage could feel like that. I feel wonderful. I want to come back. I mean, it's quite remarkable.
Finally then, back to Mandy Barter, and she's understandably proud of My Cancer, My Choices being given the King's Award for Voluntary Services.
Well, it's absolutely wonderful news, because the award is given to charities where the volunteers are the driving force. We've got 65 volunteers in our charity and 5 part-time members of staff. So 65 volunteers we couldn't deliver our service without them. So it also demonstrates the outstanding commitment and dedication and care that our volunteers give to the people who use our service.
If you'd like to know more about My Cancer, My Choices, perhaps as a patient or volunteer, then go to their website, mycancermychoices.org. They're also holding a gala dinner on Saturday the 6th of January at the Hilton in Reading. Tickets are £75 each or £750 for a table of 10. Again, you can find out more via their website. We'll also leave links for you in the episode notes. Thanks for listening. Remember to subscribe or follow us wherever you listen to your podcasts. Goodbye.